Gary of the Press of Atlantic City. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Sully. How are you this morning?
Pretty good, man. What's going on?
I guess, it's that first Saturday of May, which means the Kentucky Derby, and also in high school sports, we start to transition now to the real championship events of the spring season. You got the Atlantic County Track and Field Championships, coming up this Thursday out at Buena Regional. I think Cape May on Friday, Cumberland County on Thursday, Ocean County Championships will happen too. And you got the cutoff for the Diamond Classic this weekend. That field will be announced at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And, that tournament starts next Saturday. So we're really getting down to sort of crunch time here in the high school sports spring season.
Yeah, there's going to be some real jockeying for position when you talk about the Cape Atlantic League in terms of the Diamond. A lot of teams really in the hunt for those top two spots in each conference.
Yeah, well, yesterday's rain kind of cleared things up because obviously with no games played, people were able to take a look at it as of Thursday and as of the cutoff. Looks like Vineland High School going to continue their season. Isaiah Pacheco, great football player out there, decides to play baseball, is hitting above 500. Vineland having a great season, even though they lost to St. Augustine 10-0 on Thursday. They look like they're going to get the automatic bid out of the American division, and the top bid out of the automatic bid out of the national division will go to a St. Joe team that has quietly had a very good season. And then you look at teams in the mix for the at-large bid. St. Augustine, obviously a big win over Gloucester Catholic last Sunday, the number one team in South Jersey. That'll be a boost for them. And then you've got a Holy Spirit team that has won 7 or 8 in a row, is 15-3, and might be playing as well as anybody in South Jersey. Big 2-0 win over Mainland on a Mainland team that have been playing very well on Thursday night. So that's probably what you're looking at as far as the Cape Atlantic League. Those 4 teams kind of in the mix right there.
So how many? Remind us again. How many automatic bids for the Cal then in the Diamond? 3?
Yeah, you get the 2 automatic bids. Even though the Cal has gone to 3 divisions this year, that middle division, that national division, is kind of divided up. Mainland, Ocean City, and Absegami go with the teams in the American division. The rest of the national teams go with the teams in the United division. So there's 2 automatic bids, and then there's 6 at-large bids throughout South Jersey. So obviously teams like St. Augustine, Holy Spirit, Egg Harbor Township, other teams that are having good seasons, Mainland, are kind of in contention or trying to get one of those 6 at-large bids that go to the rest of throughout the rest of South Jersey.
Any surprises, Mike, as we're about 5 weeks into the season here? What's the biggest surprise to you in terms of the high school baseball season?
Well, I'll tell you, I think a team that's kind of float under my radar a little bit. I'm going to try to get out and see in the next week or so, and I believe they got one of the Tri-County Conference's automatic invites into the Diamond Classic is Hamilton. Big win over Clearview. Gary Sarno doing a great job out there, and Hamilton High School baseball team quietly had an excellent season. Kind of sometimes I lose track of them because they're in the Tri-County now, not in the Cape Atlantic League, but they've been a good baseball program for years out there, and they're in the midst of another solid season, and they look like they will have a automatic, one of the Tri-County Conference's 2 automatic invites into the Diamond Classic. So I'm excited to go out and get a look at Hamilton over the next few days.
Talking with Mike McGarry of the Press of Atlantic City. Mike, what's on your radar for track? We got the counties coming up, and then the Cape Atlantic League Championships the week after that. So really going to start heating up in terms of the track season. What's kind of on your radar? Some athletes to watch, some teams to watch.
Well, I think obviously Egg Harbor Township, with what they did up at the Penn Relays, their coach Ryan Smith called it maybe one of the greatest weekends, if not the greatest weekend in the program's history. Their 4x8 team, Eric Barnes, Aiden Hendricks, and the DeSoy twins, goes up there, qualifies for the Championship of America race last weekend. They finished 5th overall. They're the top American team. They walk away with 4 gold watches and just an experience that they'll remember, the rest of their lives. Amir Brock goes up there and runs a 4x4. leg of like 46-8 one split which was one of the fastest splits at the Penn Relays on Thursday, or last Saturday. So I think you're looking at, hey, just what can that Egg Harbor Township team accomplish now as they go to the individual part of the season? And I think some other guys to look at, Bo Melton of Cedar Creek, now that we're in the individual part of the season. I think I saw something on Twitter where Bo Melton, the Cedar Creek running back and track standout who's going to Rutgers University, went up to the NFL draft in Philadelphia, and they had a little thing where you could run the 40-yard dash. And he jumps on there and runs a 4.45 40-yard dash out of the blue, while watching the NFL draft. So, interesting to see what he can do in the sprints, the 100, the 200, the long jump. Obviously, Kate Antonucci of Holy Spirit, the defending meet of champions javelin winner. What is he going to do in the throws, the shot put, the discus, the javelin? He's had an excellent spring so far. And Alyssa Aldridge of Mainland, she finished third in the 3,000-meter run up at the Penn Relays. Obviously a tremendous cross-country runner, two-time meet of champions winner in that sport, and has had an excellent track and field season as a freshman and sophomore, but she seems poised to make an even greater breakthrough on the track this year. So, those are just a few of kind of the names that we're going to be looking and seeing as, the county championships are this weekend, the Cape Atlantic League championships are the next weekend, and then we get into the South Jersey State and Meet of Champions meets.
Yeah, I think one of the coolest things this year is, do you know where the Meet of Champions is going to be held this year?
It's going to be at Northern Burlington, which is, technically South Jersey.
Oh, okay.
It's in Columbus. It's, kind of in the center of the state. Great facility and plenty of parking, which is important. And a big difference this year is that the Meet of Champions is usually on a Wednesday or a Thursday. This year it's going to be on a Saturday, which is, they're going to try that for the first time. I think it's June 10th. So that should be a great day up at Northern Burlington.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you want to get a look at an Olympian, Sydney McLaughlin, a senior up there at Union Catholic, she's most likely going to be there as a hurdler. So that's kind of a cool thing for South Jersey sports fans if you want to see somebody who competed in the Olympics last summer.
Right, and obviously Sydney McLaughlin was running up at the Penn Relays, and it was kind of funny. Here's a high school senior, like you said, out of Union Catholic up in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and she's like running in the Penn Relays, running in a high school event, and there's Olympians in the USA versus the world meet, asking to take her picture and coming over and, talking to a high school kid when usually you think it would be the opposite way around, but that's just how special somebody like Sydney McLaughlin is.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was looking at some of her times from the Meet of Champions last year, and not even close in the hurdles. I mean, the second place finisher was like 6-7 seconds behind. It's incredible. Right,
and you make a great point there. You can go up to the Meet of Champions and see an Olympian on TV. You don't have to wait, 4 more years or 3 more years to see her on TV. You can see her live in person at the Meet of Champions.
Good stuff, Mike. Real quick, what's on the agenda for this week? Anything big coming up on your radar?
Well, you got a big, obviously those Diamond Classic teams will be hanging on tomorrow to see, 6 o'clock tomorrow to see what, who's in the Diamond Classic, who's playing when next Saturday. Always a great event. To me, the Diamond Classic is almost like the NCAA tournament. The best weekend is kind of that first weekend when you get the field and you have the first round games and you see kind of matchups that you don't usually see. So to me, that's it is like that first week of the NCAA tournament, and a big baseball game Monday. St. Joe and Holy Spirit kind of squaring off in Hamilton. St. Joe beat Holy Spirit earlier this season, so they've got the edge in the United Division. Holy Spirit will go out there and try to get some revenge on Monday and try to even up that United Division with a big baseball game out there in Hamilton on Monday.
Good stuff as always, Mike. We appreciate the time, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Okay, Sully, anytime. Thanks for a few.
Thanks, bud. That was Mike McGarry, Press of Atlantic City. We always enjoy talking some high school sports with him.